The first steps toward the Mathematikum were very innocent. I'm professor at university and I was teaching teacher students. And at a certain time I decided to make a new type of seminar. And the task for the students consisted of two things. First, they had to really construct a model, an octahedron, a Möbius strip or whatever. And secondly, to explain the mathematics inside this object. And after 2 or 3 weeks, they got so enthusiastic. They identified themselves with these objects on a level which I have never experienced before. So I knew this was a good method, teaching method. But then we thought perhaps also other people could have this experience. And the idea was to make a small exhibition out of it. At that time, a big exhibition. From now, it was a small, and we worked for another half year or so to make a really good exhibition, student exhibition. And then the things happened. Some colleagues have heard of this exhibition, and they phoned me and said, "Well, I want also to have this exhibition at my place." So we had to make this new. It became a traveling exhibition, and we continuously developed exhibits. We were in big cities, in small cities, in primary schools, in higher schools, in shopping malls, at any place, and always it was a huge success. And so after a while it was tempting to think, this could perhaps also work forever as an institution, as a mathematics museum, as we called it at that time. Of course everybody laughed at me, but I was convinced because I knew the people, the visitors of these traveling exhibitions. Very complex project to get this support, because I was not involved in politics or industry or whatever, or sponsoring. I was a math professor. And then we asked famous mathematicians of their opinion, and we quoted this. And so we had testimonials. We made a competition, how should this be named? And we got to the newspapers and we collected. But I think the main treasure was our experience. This was not a dream, because if you give us 10 million mark at that time, euros, then we will make something beautiful. But we could say, look, here we have the proof that it will work. In small scale, we will make it in bigger scale. And at a certain day, we got a building from the city, and we got a little money, not enough at that time, for restructuring this building. And we had the huge luck that the President of the Republic could come to the opening. The number of visitors of Mathematikum was a surprise for everybody, in particular for me. I always said we will get 60, perhaps 70, 80,000 visitors a year. We have the double of it. We have 120,000 to 150,000 each year in a city which has only 80,000 inhabitants. So it has a very, very great attraction to many people. And there are two groups of visitors. Roughly nearly one half are school classes from kindergarten to A level. And the other half are private visitors, mainly families who come at weekends, in the holidays. For exhibits of our type, you need 10 square meters. So we have 150 exhibits roughly, and we can increase the number of exhibits. We cannot increase the space. The space is 1,200 square meters. We have mainly physical exhibits, so they are real objects. You can build bricks, you can make puzzles, you can play with soap bubbles, you can mirror experiments, and so on and so on. So very easy beginning, but then after a while there is a surprise, or there is a difficulty, or there is an unexpected solution, and this makes the brain working. And this is the important step, because mathematics means thinking, understanding the world by thinking. And we understand the world in this small small sense. We build a pyramid, a cube, a bridge or whatever, and people have the feeling, I've understood something. The experience of Mathematicum shows that these real physical objects have, in particular today, an attraction and an importance much more than, let's say, 30 years ago. Because today we are usually doing, talking with screens, laptop, iPhone, whatever, and also this stimulates the brain, of course, but when I was a child, I was in the forests and did things like that. And today, children don't do this. So even putting two cubes together is for them a new experience. And so we never have complaints about this. For us, it was important to know and to express that we are not a school. We are, in particular, not the better school. Mathematicum provides another door to mathematics. The door via experience, via working, via experimenting, and the mathematical language comes much after this. So not in the Mathematicum. So you have experience, you can express this verbally, you can talk, you will talk to your friends, some kids will shout to their friends, and this means they have understood something, but there's an exhibition is not the medium for a formal learning. This is then done in school. And we have, in a way, two types of experiments. One half roughly has a very close connection to school mathematics. So volumes, Pythagoras and things like that. And the other part of experiments deal with mathematics which is never taught at school for different reasons. So in a way, such an exhibition, such a museum, such a Mathematicum provides a much broader picture of mathematics. Not so deep as in school. If you do fractions in school, you should know everything about fractions. You won't do this in an exhibition, but there's a much broader, much more truer picture than school. The most important thing for me is, and I would recommend this for everybody, to simply observe visitors. And this has two results. One is you know what works, what doesn't work, and so on. But also, you see the success of the visitors. And this is transferred to you, and this makes you also happy.